Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Alison DiBarto Goggin with Little Black Bag Medicine, and today we are talking about how to manage seasonal affective disorder or the winter blues, because by the time March rolls around, everyone has no friends, no one wants to be around each other, people are talking about getting divorced, there's a lot of stress going into the spring season. So our goal today is to try and avoid that and try to manage what you're going through. So as we're going through this list, I want you to think of SAD as a different acronym, which is stop, assess, and then decide. Because acronyms are fun. Because I don't want to give you a list of all the oils you should use and all the supplements you need to go and buy. And you're going to go to the closest nutrition store and stack up all of these bottles. And then when it comes to taking them, you're not going to want to. So you're going to waste all of this money. They may not even work for you, and they might not be what your body needs. So let's stop. Let's assess what's going on with you, and then we'll decide on the plan. So, what that looks like, my first tip, number one, is to get a full blood work panel done, because a lot of people run out and they go buy vitamin D and they're not getting a great brand, or they're not getting a great supplement, and it's not being absorbed, and it's not in the right ratios, and it's not paired with fat or K or all the things that needs to be done. And so instead of going out and buying all these supplements, I would strongly suggest that you get a full blood panel done first. Get your vitamin D checked, get your hemoglobin A1C checked. Make sure that your blood sugars are on point. Make sure that your liver is functioning. Make sure that your kidneys are filtering, because that is the basis of everything that we do, to see how your body is functioning before you go out and start with supplementing. Because supplements are important. Love our whole food supplements. I always have my LLV right behind me because it's amazing. It is a foundational support. It's going to give you everything you need. But also, when we're talking really specific supplements, a lot of people run out too. Go buy magnesium and calcium or whatever the person at the store or standing in the aisle thinks that they should take. And then you end up with all of these supplements. So stop. Don't go out and buy anything yet. Okay? Get assessed and then decide. So the next thing that you can do is test your adrenals, which is a saliva test. And you spit in a tube about 4 times a day. And one day, this is just one test. So morning, mid morning, after lunch, and then before you go to bed. And what that tells us is, how is your cortisol responding? What is your adrenals doing? So your cortisol should be high in the morning. So you wake up, you have energy, you're happy, you're hungry, and then throughout the day it comes down. So by the time you go to sleep at night, it's going to be low, you're going to fall asleep easily, and your brain is ready to rest. So most people don't fall into that pattern. They're somewhere in between. Some people have a flat line, some people it's reversed, some people spike in the middle of the day and they crash and burn. So figuring out what your adrenals are doing is so important, because you might run out and get ashwagandha, which is really popular, or licorice root, and it might actually do the opposite and tank your adrenals. So we need to be really careful. So first, stop at the aisle, think about assessing, get that saliva test done. And what else that we can do is test for your cortisol awakening response. So what that means is, when you wake up in the morning, what does your body do? That first thing, how does your body wake up? And that'll tell us, is it chemical? Is it physical? What's actually going on with your body? And then get you the right supplements. So if you struggle waking up in the morning, which most people do in the winter, the number one important thing that you can do is get out of bed the first time that you wake up. Stop hitting snooze. I know how hard it is. I am that person. I'll hit snooze all day long. Number two, use an app. It's called Sleep Cycle. And I really like this one because it monitors how you sleep based off of sound. And then it sets a very nice alarm, and your screen will slowly light up to mimic natural sunlight. So we're probably getting up before the sun, and that is what is playing into these mood issues and feeling down and exhausted during the winter, because we're not supposed to be awake. So use that Sleep Cycle app, or any app that'll slowly wake you up. There are all kinds of different alarm clocks that you can use, but that'll help your body wake up naturally. And then you can start taking your supplements to support and wake up your adrenals. And then do about 5 to 8 minutes of HIIT training, which is high intensity interval training. And that's just enough to get your blood going, your adrenals going, your body awake, turning your brain back on. And after a couple weeks, well, really about 1 week, your brain will be trained enough. So you'll start getting up with energy and hunger, and you'll want to get out of bed. So that first week or two is miserable. I know, hang in there. But if you can do this throughout the winter, your brain's going to be on, your body is going to be on, you're going to feel good, and you're going to have an amazing year. The next thing I need you to do is look outside. So this sounds weird, but the sun needs to hit your eyeballs and tell your brain it's daytime. So in the morning, getting as much sunlight into your eyes is important. So we're not talking about sun hitting your skin to make vitamin D, because that's not going to happen in the winter. So especially if um, there's a certain latitude, I'm pretty sure it's right below St. Louis and up, the sun isn't strong enough for your body to make vitamin D. But the sun hitting your eyes will help your body and your brain process sunlight and make the right hormones. And then the other side of this is that it's really important to honestly watch the sun go down. So that lowering of the sunlight will also help activate your brain and activate melatonin to say, all right, it's time to go to sleep. So we're just creating this orchestra of hormones by your actions. So again, stop. Don't go out and get melatonin, because that is not going to solve your problems. Assess and see, maybe your melatonin's low. Maybe it's just where it needs to be. Maybe it's the cortisol issue. And so we can stop guessing and start testing. So as you're doing this work for the sunlight, our problem is right now the sun goes down at like 4:45, 5 o'clock. We turn on our TV, we turn on all the lights, we're looking at our phone all day long. So get an app that, or most phones have this built in, most computers have this built in, that'll turn the blue light off. So that way it stops activating the melatonin and stops telling your brain that it's daytime. So blue light from electronic screens will convince your brain it's still daylight. So use an app to turn off the blue light at night. And then if you're watching TV or you're on your computer and you don't have an app, I use blue light blocking glasses. So there's no prescription, but they block all of that blue light coming into my eyes. So if I'm watching TV at night or I'm working at night on my laptop, I will put these on. I actually wear them during the day as well when I'm on the computer, if I'm doing a lot of notes with clients or just doing a lot of work. So that way my brain is not constantly overwhelmed with artificial light. So blue blocking glasses at night and during the day if you're on your computer, and then especially at night if you're on your phone, or get an app to help you manage your hormones and your melatonin and keeping your brain happy. I will give you a few of my top essential oils for seasonal affective, and the main ones are copaiba. Doing 1 or 2 drops under your tongue twice a day is excellent. Frankincense, doing the same thing with that. And then rose. So I use the rose roller and I put it on the back of my neck, chest, and my wrists as well. So today I scanned myself with my iTovi scanner and it came up with fennel, ginger, frankincense, and wintergreen. So I looked all those up and they were very interesting on the emotional perspective. And it was about personal responsibility when you're feeling extremely overwhelmed and life is overwhelming and you can't manage it, when you have no energy and you essentially just want to crawl back in bed and Netflix and chill for like 3 months. That's kind of where I am today. So I thought, well, this is so interesting. These oils are so empowering. So I put the ginger, frankincense, fennel, and wintergreen into the diffuser, and that's going right now. And it smells amazing. Some of my best blends that I create actually come from my iTovi scanner. So I don't actually recommend always doing that, but sometimes you get a really good grouping, especially when it makes sense emotionally to put those in the diffuser. So that'll be the ones that I would recommend, knowing that they're about re-energizing you and taking responsibility back and enjoying your life again. When we're feeling down in the winter and it's cold outside and nobody wants to do anything, that'll help reset you. And then when it comes down to it, any oil that helps you feel good, use it. So a lot of people love citrus. It's very uplifting. Lemon, and grapefruit, bergamot, amazing. And some people like those dark, heavy scents like Hawaiian sandalwood or the balance. So when it comes to mood, use what works best for you, what you love. So as a recap, stop yourself in the middle of that nutrition store from going down the aisles and buying everything. You don't need it. Assess, see where your body is at, see where your vitamin D actually is at, what's going on within your personal chemistry. Get your adrenals tested, do the saliva test to see where your hormones are at. How is your body balanced? And then decide. Decide what you're going to do. Call me, let me know what's going on. I can order that testing for you. And then we'll decide on supplements if you need them, oils, when you need them, exercise, the food plan that's right for your body. And what I'm doing for the next few weeks is the like pre-planning for 2019. So it's a 6-week program. Your blood work is included in it. You're going to get your full initial consultation and health history to go over everything that you're experiencing. And then together we're going to make a plan for you to have your best 2019. So you're not chasing diets, you're not going to the gym and then quitting after 2 weeks because you're too tired. We're going to get to the root cause of what's going on with you, why you're feeling the way you're feeling, and then how to break free from it. So I will put the link to that program in the comments so you can check that out. And let me know what questions you have about seasonal affective or what you have found effective for getting through winters for yourself. So hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next Tuesday at 1:30. Thanks.